Hey, welcome to the Backyard Professor Chess videos. I am revamping my chess site. I am revamping my Mormonism site. I have a lot of materials that I want to start throwing on this website. I'm going to do some live chess videos where we explore and understand and learn the Grandmaster games together, where you can have a live chat, where you can donate with the super chats or through PayPal. We are going to have some fun. I'm also going to produce some playlists on this channel using my fantasy art. I'm writing a fantasy novel and I'm illustrating it. And I'm going to shock you with all of that if that's what interests you. I'm also going to start bringing out more information on the apologetic aspects of Mormonism and the leadership, because that's the tradition I came from. But I have ignored the chess for too long, and I have a way of doing some live chess. I'm not quite sure what day yet. Maybe I don't know how you guys feel about Saturday mornings or Saturday afternoons or whatever. Sunday night at 6 o'clock, if you look on my chess site, you see my live announcement coming up tomorrow night, is when I do the Mormonism materials. So I'll tell you what, let me know in the comments what time after 5 or 6 o'clock in the evenings on the weekdays you would like to see a chess live video, and we can all get together and banter in the chat. And I'm having a ball with the Mormonism stuff. Why not do it with you guys with chess too? Now that I'm on StreamYard, I can do this. So I'm very excited. So let's look at another miniature game that is just phenomenal. This is Pepper versus Pierce. This happened in 1944, before I was a Twinkie in Mama's hors d'oeuvres. So E4, E5. We open up with the greatest opening in the whole world, right? Well, we don't know. It depends on how you play it. Knight F3, Knight C6. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, just about a Ruy Lopez. Instead, it looks like a Gioco Piano. Knight F6. We have the start. The horses are in the race. Oh, I'm not supposed to call those horses. Those are knights. Let's show proper respect and due deference. Bumping up that D pawn to support the center pawn is always a good thing. That would be my supposition, right? Bishop C5. Okay, now we're going to begin a discussion of the center. Even that bishop move influences the center. It doesn't directly occupy it, but it does influence it, right? I mean, he's still got coming down, but now he's the knight is pawned. The knight is pawned. The knight is pinned to the queen. So for temporary, of course, he's not going to leave it like that forever. Of course not. But for now, that means that that knight can't move. So the knight is not influencing this pawn or this square that this pawn is attacking nearly as strong at this point. We all know that, right? So bishop g5 is a very important move, and he castles. So here we go into, now he brings the knight out. It's always a good idea. Develop with the idea of the theme to the center. So they're looking pretty symmetrical at this point. It's a symmetrical looking game, which always makes it interesting when there's an attack. And the attack, the Kingside attack in this game, is simply staggering. It's spectacular fun to see this. Now, the knight is going to come to the center. Now, this is a hole that the knight is filling. Now, what do I mean by that? This pawn, knights like points that are fortified with pawns. This is a hole. This pawn is past the hole. This pawn is blocked from chasing the knight out. So the knight here becomes seriously strong. This is fun stuff because now look at the radius of influence into the opponent. Very important to recognize that. And sure enough, black's feeling it. He bops the king back already. So, with such a good central knight, white does something extremely interesting. Now he will take the knight. What this does is it helps minimize black's influence in the center. And rather than retake with the queen, which would be silly because that knight in the center is guarding, now he breaks up the pawns on the king's side and begins to present weaknesses in black's castled king. So you can't do it. A kingside attack is best done if you can bring in all your pieces. One or two pieces, unless you're an Alekan or a Capablanca or a Carlson or a Nimzovich, is just not going to give you a very good kingside attack. So the more, the merrier. He's going to bring in the queen. Queen to d2. Now, okay, so the rule in a general way, he's got the stacked pawns, yeah? So this is a weakness if they can be blockaded. The rule for you, if you have them, is you want to try to push them forward. In this case, that's exactly what black does. If white can get a piece here, that just kills black. That's a blockade. If that knight could somehow find a way to there, that's murder against black. I mean, that is a tough position. So black is going to go ahead and push the pawn. As it is in a doubled up pawn like this, the front pawn is always the target anyway. That's what you're going to aim at. So if the front pawn is a target, pushing him to weaken the white center by attacking the pawn that is giving that knight such a fantastic outpost, that's not bad. He kind of does a twofer, a 2-for-1 with that move. Okay? So let's see how this affects the game. Now, there are times when your opponent will make a move and you say, oh my goodness, my pawn is being attacked. I must address that. Or a piece of mine is being attacked. I must address that. Depends on what the board says. You don't have to consistently react to your opponent's threats. In this instance, there's something far better than worrying about your pawn being attacked. Now, that's not just a nothing pawn, however. See, this is where the judgment, this is where the ability to read the board really begins to come into play in your game, because that's not just any pawn. Number one, it's a great central pawn. But number two, it is spearing black's center with a very excellent piece that is continuing to go all the way back into his territory. So that's not a bad pawn to attack, right? But rather than retaking it with your pawn and then giving the bishop a chance to take up excellent space in your territory if you're white, let black take that pawn, because then you can bring this. If black takes, then you take, and you maintain that excellent outpost with the knight. So, yeah, at this point, your pawn is, quote, under pressure. Don't sweat it. This is a vastly superior move. Now, if black didn't go, oh, I better wake up and start smelling the coffee, then he's in trouble right now, because this move sets up the entire rest of the kingside attack. Now, this is quite remarkable how white does this. Now, black is not playing incorrect chess. For right now, he is advancing the doubled pawns. Now, what this does is it does give him it gives him a stronger center. Yes, that's true. The center is closed. But right now, his king side is so weak at this point that white is saying, I'm coming after your king. If you can't see that, you're not reading the board correctly. Because this board says it's screaming, go after that black king at this point. The center is closed, unlocked. It's safe. So the rule is you go to one wing or the other. Well, the kingside wing is the weakest wing, so go, man, go to the kingside wing. And we see white following this strategy. Yes? So here's the deal. After he moves the f6, the knight is going to come dancing. Here we go. Notice he's not continuing to move the white queen. She is in a perfect spot. You don't have to keep moving her around to try to improve her power. In a kingside attack, bring in more of your army pieces. Absolutely. Take them over there. Take him over there. Now, black, by all means, should have alarm bells going off in his head, and he should be saying immediately right now, holy cow, I have to get to my king to protect my king. That's what black should be thinking. How do we do that? Rook f7. Now, he did not move the rook to f7 because the queen was threatening it. That is not what he's doing here. He knows his rook is safe. The queen's got the rook covered. So that wasn't the purpose of the queen move, is to attack that rook. Oh, heavens, no. No. But you do need, he's going to start bringing in more pieces to the attack. So you need to make room to bring more pieces over to the defense when you're black. That's what's happening. Okay, so we've got the rook f7, and now heavens to Betsy Murgatroyd. Holy Shishka and Bob. Knight g6, check. What a fantastic move. Now we begin to see something very interesting. Of course, he has no choice. Just one square. You almost got the king done for. However, you have to do a little bit more work and observe. He's got the two pieces. He brings in yet a third. This is critical on a kingside attack. Now he takes the pawn check. And you go, that's stupid. He's going to lose the knight. Correct. But it's a third piece into the attack. And watch how it blocks out the king's escape. This is so fabulous. The queen. Now, at this point, you say, oh, for Pete's sake, he can't win. The queen comes in and saves the day. Most of you already see this, right? But what a beautiful little concept. The more pieces in, the more you can set up your pieces so that you can make the checkmate maneuver. Fantastic checkmate maneuver. Checkmate. Absolutely brilliant how that works. So that's one of the more interesting kingside attacks, chess miniatures. I'm going to try to bring more of these miniatures in so that we can see the essence of setting up, because some of the common themes in a chess miniature is the solidification of the center. You notice so many of the pieces remained in the center. The pawns did not swap out and become unlocked. It was a clogged center. That, believe it or not, makes it, if you're an attacker, It makes it easier for you to go to the wing that the opponent castled to. Interestingly, if you're a defender, the closed center like this makes it more difficult for you to get your pieces over to defend. Now, as a generality, every rule is made in chess to be broken, I promise. But so that's kind of a fun little miniature lesson. He had one piece, two pieces that he never developed. He had one piece, two pieces that he never developed. So with a kingside attack, it's more of a blitzkrieg. It's more of a speed move. But in the process of making the speedy checkmate, he actually did manage to get three of his pieces in. That's what I wanted to point out to you. So, fun game, kind of a cool little thing. It's my way of introducing you back to the new changes that's going to be coming on my channel. I'm looking very forward to doing some live chess with you, analyzing the Grandmaster games and having a good time in chat. I have such a fun time with my other audience on my other live show on Sunday evenings at 6. So again, I'm going to encourage you, please let me know in the comments what's a good time to do a chess live. More or less, I've got the weekends. I know a lot of people love to go camping. They got to go shopping. You got to go to church, whatever you do. I get that. Weekends can be busy too. Or sometimes I can do it on a weekday evening, Thursday evenings, Friday evening, everybody goes out. That's really not really viable. It's either going to be a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday evening, or Thursday evening, or sometime in the Saturday on a Saturday day, or a Sunday. Sunday nights are out because I do that with my Mormonism. So let me know, you guys, and look forward to a lot more fun on my chess channel with my fantasy art. I'm going to do live shows with my fantasy art. I'm going to do a playlist of the fantasy art I'm developing. I think it'll surprise you. If you're not into that kind of thing, it's all good. It doesn't matter. I'm just enjoying what I enjoy, and I'm going to share it with you guys more. Chess, Mormonism, and fantasy art. Here we go, people. A new day has arisen. In the meantime, remember, be good, do well, have fun, stay happy, make friends, be good. And I will see you in the next Backyard Professor Chess videos. Absolutely, baby. Woohoo! Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. That's my yeah, baby shirt. Yeah, whatever.